Live. Without further ado, let's bring in Jeff to let us know how he's been doing. Jeff, it's been 2 days really since you got your results back. I mean, you look good, but how are you feeling?
You know, Vicky, it's funny. I really feel good. I am asymptomatic according to the tests, which means that I'm positive but showing no symptoms. The only thing that I'm showing is a lack of taste. I've lost a bit of lack of taste. It keeps going and coming back. But all the other symptoms, zero. And this is the thing with this virus, Vicky. It attacks the bodies differently, depending on individuals. So you may think you have it. The minute you get any one of the symptoms, that's why you should get tested. So, I feel great. I've been in self-isolation. My family, thank God, my wife and son, they're negative, which is really good. So it's just, if you ask me, how did I think I got it? Look, it probably happened in the radio station because someone at Citizen was tested positive and they were asked, who were you in the presence of? And he named several people. I was among them. So your boss, my boss, Washiro Waroro, called me and said, listen, man, your name came up. You got to be tested. I said, for what? Why? I don't feel, I have no symptoms. And he says, just get tested. And that was it.
You know, Jeff, most people are terrified to actually go for the test. It's very uncomfortable and quite frankly, it is painful. But, they're even more terrified about the results if it's positive. And that's because of the stigma attached to it. But you decided to actually go public. What motivated you to do that?
Yeah. You know what, Vicky? A lot of people are seeing this virus as a death sentence, which it is not. Far from it. A lot more people survive than die. You've seen the statistics. We are quick to look at, X amount of people tested positive, X amount of people dead. We hardly look at the amount of people who survive. So people out there are scared to death, literally, that once they test positive, everyone will think that they're dying, which is not the case. 90% of the people will pull through. And you know what? You get over it, and you most probably, and we'll ask Dr. Mbajo, most probably you can't get it again. So that's why I went public, because I said, you know what? Let's demystify this whole thing. Let's put a face to it. And this, if it has to be me, hey, why not?
Right. And what's the reaction been, since you shared?
Oh my God. The first day, my WhatsApp, I had like maybe 3,000 messages on WhatsApp, another 2,000 on text message, and tweets and lots of well wishes. The incredible part is most of the people have been so incredibly warm and they're praying for me, saying come back strong, hang in there. And then others are offering all kinds of cures. They say drink a lot of lemon water, ginger and garlic, take vitamin C, vitamin E, sit in the sun for like 20 minutes, because vitamin D, the sun, it's part of it. So, incredible people, everyone from Manish Shah, who sent me a whole concoction of stuff, including some very strong herbal stuff. It was great. Professor Geetham Wigai called and said, listen, man, hang in there. We got you, bro. We got the Attorney General now, Kihara Kariuki, also called Francis Atwoli. So many Kenyans from all walks of life, from here to America, Australia, the UK, around the world, have been really wishing me well. And I appreciate that. I really do. It really feels comforting to know that at least, it's not a death sentence. We will pull through.
No, absolutely. And you're changing that perception and face of it, really. Jeff, for people who just know you from the screen or hear you on radio, they don't realize how much you actually do. You do a lot. And I think you only have like one off day, right? Saturday. So to go from that crazy schedule to doing absolutely nothing, what does your typical day look like now?
Complete madness in my head, because the clock in my head still wakes up at 4 a.m. So I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm walking around the house now. I'm walking around, waiting till 6. Oh, the show has started, and I'm walking around. I can't go back to bed. And now till 10 o'clock, my mind is programmed to radio. After that, I start cooling down. So now, what do? Watch a lot of Netflix. I take walks around the compound. Now I'm walking a lot, so I'm feeling kind of fit. And of course, you gotta hydrate. It's very important, Vicky, during this period. Hydrate a lot. In fact, the concoction that everyone's talking about, lemon water with garlic and a little ginger, it's pretty good. I can't taste anything because my taste is good. But they say this is really good for you, and I'm taking it like 4 or 5 times a day. Of course, saying earlier, vitamin C, very important. Zinc, some people say, and we'll ask Dr. Mbajo. It's been crazy trying to adjust. But I know I will be back on. It's just a temporary period. I will be back on, and sooner than you think, probably.
Jeff, just before we bring in Dr. Lois Ombajo, a lot of people out there have been saying, I haven't seen anyone that I know who has the disease. Is it real? I mean, now that you've gotten it, you tested positive, has it changed your perspective on it at all?
Absolutely, and that's a great question, Vicky. Yes, it is real. Make no doubt about it. This thing is real. And as C.S. Mutaika always says, if you treat it normally, it will treat you abnormally. So don't take this lightly. Yes, you may feel a slight cold or a slight headache or a bit of diarrhea, here and there. But treat it seriously, because this thing is no joke. And a lot of people are walking out there, they probably have it. They're in denial, or they think it's going to go away. If you can, get tested. Get tested early so that, number 1, you save yourself. Number 2, you save those around you.